During the holiday season, you may be seeing a lot of relatives, and that includes your elderly relatives. And while you're celebrating the holiday season, it might be a good idea to check in and see how they're doing. So to talk with me about that is Dr. Laura Perry. She specializes in geriatric medicine.
Thank you for having me.
So Dr. Perry, when we go to visit the older adults in our lives who we love and want to take care of, how can we assess how they're doing living independently?
So the American Geriatric Society focuses on the 5 M's of taking care of older adults. The 5 M's are mind. How is the person's thinking? Are they having a hard time following a conversation? Do they not remember things that you talked about recently? Does their previously pristine apartment all of a sudden seem cluttered and not so neat? 2 is mobility. How are they with walking? Do you find yourself getting nervous when they're getting in and out of a car? Do they look like they're about to fall? 3 is medications. Are their medications well organized and all in the same place? Or are there bottles of pills piling up that makes it look like maybe they're not taking their medications the way they're supposed to be? 4 is multi-complexity. As we get older, we have the opportunity for more and more conditions to build up, and that can take a toll on our overall well-being. You can ask your older loved one, how are they feeling overall? What do they think is the health condition that's affecting them the most, and how might you help them with that? And 5 is what matters most, especially if this is an older adult who might be getting towards the later parts of their life. Do they have a bucket list? What matters the most to them in this last part of their life?
How can we assess how an older adult's nutrition is going, how their mental health is doing, and how their physical health is doing?
I'd say trust your gut feeling. Anything that seems out of place or not right, listen to that and try to follow up on it. If, for example, you notice that their clothes seem really baggy, like maybe they've lost weight, ask them about that. If you open up the fridge and find a whole bunch of things that look like they're long past expired, ask them about that. You don't have to have specialized training to notice things that are going on in their day-to-day life, but it's important to follow up on those things.
So if they seem more uncertain or confused or forgetful, what could that mean?
It could be a lot of things. It could be a medication side effect. It could be a medical problem that's not being addressed. A good example is sleep apnea. If someone isn't getting a good quality sleep overnight, that can affect their brain during the day. Or it could be a mental or cognitive health problem, like the beginning of Alzheimer's. And catching that early and bringing it to a doctor's attention can be very helpful.
Say during your visit, you do notice change in that person's health or in their living space. How do you approach them respectfully to talk about it with them?
If there is another family member who's local, make sure that you're on the same team. They may be there all the time while you're only coming for a brief time, so they may have a lot more information to draw on than you do. Then come to the older person from a place of love. Make sure you let them know that you care about them and you want them to be able to stay independent.
Dr. Perry, these are all great tips. Thank you so much for talking with us.
Thank you very much for having me.
For more information, visit Providence Senior Care Services.